What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for stopping by. If you haven't already, and if you wouldn't mind, please hit the like button down below. Also, subscribe. Click the bell to turn on post notifications so that you get a notification anytime I post a new video. All those things really help out the channel, and I thank you in advance. Sunday, December, what's today? 19th? I think I have that right. Yesterday, Saturday, monumental event, but we'll get to that later, talking about Bitcoin crossing $24,000 per coin. But there's lots of news this week in the crypto sphere. I think I want to start with Coinbase, actually. So Coinbase, the premier cryptocurrency on-ramp, has announced that it will officially be going public. If they haven't already filed their S1, that event is imminent. So, pretty interesting, right? Coinbase will be going public, a company that is the purveyor of a solution meant to promote, foster financial inclusion globally. Interesting to note that as far as their IPO is concerned, unless you know the right people, are an accredited investor, yada yada yada, you won't be able to participate in that IPO. How's that for irony? Think about that. Take a look around the web, do some research, form your own conclusions, but that struck me as really ironic. But with that said, I do really like the moves that Coinbase is making to continue to foster education in the space. I happened upon their learning site this week, and I visit there somewhat regularly, but this week, and noticed that there are even more protocols, tokens available for you to gain a bit more knowledge. I have included a few links to those training elements in the description of this video as a shortcut for you. Feel free to take advantage of that. They call it Coinbase Earn, and I have found the tools, videos, etc. to be pretty cool on that site, and I think it will help you learn a lot. So check it out. Next topic. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin breaches the $24,000 per token mark Saturday, December 18th, right around 1 p.m., let's say. It has since pulled back, but maybe, hopefully, it goes without saying that this is an extremely significant achievement. All sorts of possibilities for the future. Now, rewind a little bit earlier in the year, March time frame, I think. Bitcoin sits at what, $4,000 or so? Many industry watchers, or dare I say naysayers, predicting that Bitcoin would never get back to $20,000 per coin. Now that we have not only gotten back there, but exceeded it by a notable margin, hopefully it's clear to all that this space is beyond deserving of being watched. And hopefully you aren't just watching, hopefully you're taking action, you're learning, preparing to capitalize on the opportunity. Now, we've since pulled back. At last check, I saw 23,818 here Sunday morning, which I am grateful for, because here is yet another opportunity to accumulate more Bitcoin. And I can understand, you look at a $23,000 price tag for something like that, and it's easy for you to conclude that you have missed the opportunity. The ship has sailed. It's way too expensive. I'm not the first to say this. I won't be the last to say it. But that's what people thought when Bitcoin hit $200. That's what they thought when Bitcoin hit $1,000. That's what they thought when it hit $5,000. And that's what they'll think here at 23,000 and change. What isn't well understood, and while you do see institutions getting involved now in very significant ways, hundreds of millions of dollars in purchases in some instances, while you do see institutions getting involved to that magnitude, what isn't obvious is that there are entities out there that and I realize how strange this is going to sound, but here goes. There are entities out there that can't get involved in Bitcoin yet because it is not expensive enough. There are funds or family offices that, let's say, have a minimum requirement for investments. When they write a check to get involved in an opportunity, it's not a check for hundreds of millions. It's a check for billions of dollars. If you do a quick search here on YouTube, there's a channel called Real Vision Finance, spearheaded by a gentleman by the name of Raoul Paul. They post a lot of great information. realvision.com is their website. They post even more information over there, but Raoul Paul is well connected, a lot of history, a lot of experience in global finance, and his assessment after talking to his connections, he says in his videos rather frequently, Bitcoin is all that people are talking about, but for the biggest players, it's not expensive enough. So how does that problem get solved? Well, we call it the supply shock. As we continue to see organizations like MicroStrategy, Mass Mutual, etc., Grayscale, to name just a few, as we continue to see them pick up multiple millions, hundreds of millions of dollars worth of this asset, this phenomenon known as the supply shock will only become more significant. It is said that with the amount of Bitcoin that Grayscale is purchasing, combined with what PayPal and Square are purchasing, 110% of all new Bitcoin is being acquired between those two entities. Good, how are you? Good. 110% of all new supply of Bitcoin is being acquired by Grayscale, PayPal, and Square. So all new issuance of BTC is spoken for. Trading volumes on exchanges continues to be robust. However, the amount of BTC sitting on exchanges is also dwindling. Laws of supply and demand. The less there is of something, the more expensive it becomes. The more demand there is of something, the more expensive it becomes. So with this shrinking supply of the asset, what would you imagine to happen when those checks for billions of dollars begin to enter the space? I'll leave you with that thought on Bitcoin. Let's talk a little bit about Ethereum. The Ethereum 2.0 mainnet launch has occurred. Millions of dollars worth of Ethereum locked up in the staking contract. Many ETH 2.0 validators online. I think I've also heard that there's now a waiting list for people or organizations who want to implement validator nodes, and the world of DeFi, or decentralized finance, continues to thrive. If I remember this number correctly, I think there's something like $12 billion worth of assets locked up in decentralized finance. What kind of interest rate is your bank paying you for assets that you have on their balance sheet? Translation: the money you have sitting with your bank in a checking or savings account, how much interest is it earning? 0.1%? 0.2%? I know if you go with a non-traditional bank like Wealthfront or SoFi, you can get 0.35%, 0.25% respectively. Maybe going with a solution like Marcus, you get something like 0.6%. You take those fractions and you consider the fact that the annual rate of inflation is said to be targeted at about 2% per year. Do you really think savings is the way to go? In my next video, I'm going to delve into just how significantly technology, software, and the protocols that have been created with software are absolutely eating / changing how finance should be done. Stay safe. Be well, and you'll see me in the next video.